Hey everybody, it's Stick Vet, your friendly neighborhood veteran. This is a hard one for me, but I promise I'll only rant once. This is part 20 of the Warriors Reflection series. I would look forward to an early death. I failed my first suicide talk down as a soldier, and I failed my first suicide talk down as a veteran. Those two failures almost destroyed me. They are demons I will carry for my whole life, though they are not dominant over me. They are my darkest moments of shame. For me to overcome something like that, I defeat it by understanding it completely and then reverse engineer my own manner of doing it. So I had to understand suicidality with a dangerous intimacy. I found my own way to talk down someone from the edge and guide light to their path. Since then, I've had to talk down 10 times the number of veterans since getting out than I had to soldiers in the Army. I actually see my military experience as a combat counselor as what prepared me for the war I face now in civilian sector. My mission never changed. I'm still trying to provide a light of clarity in the darkness we face as warriors. I'm still charged with the mental stability of my brothers and sisters. I'm still fighting my war. The first comic I drew was about Stick Vet and death. The relationship that a veteran has with death has a comfortable complacency to it. That's why Stick and Death are just chilling together smoking. The difficult relationship veterans face at first are with civilians because we've already been through a lot with these demons we carry. And death has become a close companion. Our relationship with death is trained into us. I still remember my drill's voice. If you're a bad soldier, then the best thing you can do is take a bullet for the good soldier next to you. Death is a part of the job in the life of a warrior. Training is designed to unravel your fear about death. They throw it in your face. Military culture does the rest. And in the military, it's not described as a bad thing, but rather death is the best part of being a warrior. All over every single military base are depictions of the Medal of Honor heroes. And usually there's a brief on their heroic moment. An amazing feat of dispatching multiple enemies or saving American lives through an act of certain death, though some miraculously survive. The greatest accomplishment a soldier can achieve is dying in a blaze of glory. Death is no longer something to completely avoid. It's now seen as a potential opportunity for eternal legacy. The whispers of death are no longer bone-shaking. Now death becomes a fantasy. When the warrior daydreams about their clutch moment, a culmination of all the action movie climaxes their imagination toolbox can muster, ultimating in a grand sacrifice. The relationship with death becomes more comfortable as you dream of your future together. It's actually kind of romantic. Preparation for sacrifice is a big part of military life. So what happens when someone goes through years of that training and instead of going to war, they return to civilian sector? Well, it was estimated that 60% of veteran suicide are non-deployed veterans. And since most resources go to combat veterans or veterans with PTSD, the majority of veteran suicide has been ignored and neglected for the past 2 decades. Hence why the suicide epidemic has stayed consistently terrible since 2005, when it dramatically increased. I say this to help you understand that the damage has already been done. Although war deepens this relationship with death, war is not the experience that is causing veteran suicide. Just in becoming a warrior, we are already holding hands with death. Now that I've made that point, let's get all kissy-kissy and talk about war. My team made multiple discoveries while we were counselors in the war zone, and one of them, because our job was to ask about suicidal ideations, and we realized how ridiculous that was a couple of months into the war, because everyone was having intrusive suicidal thoughts. I would ask a group about suicidal thoughts, and when I phrased it well for them to be honest, they would all raise their hands. Perhaps it's the war zone itself, or our acceptance of death, but everyone's mind has to process the experience, and part of that process was pondering suicide. These were fleeting thoughts with no intent or plan, but rather a permanent solution to ending the witnessing of evil that war provides an endless opportunity to see. I would find it unusual if someone didn't have any suicidal thoughts throughout their war experience. That would be an anomaly. And the brain starting to have frequent intrusive suicidal thoughts is frightening, to have your own mind seem to turn against you. But it's actually a normal mental process in the response to an extreme circumstance. You have to be ready to die, or you won't make it in a war zone. The war zone experience is completely oriented around death. We're there to kill them. They're trying to kill us. The enemy, is actually multiple enemies that are also killing each other, all while any civilians can be used as suicide bombs, cannon fodder, or catch stray bullets. Incoming mortar fire means there's no such thing as a safe place to take a break from it all. You can't be freaking out about your own potential death at every moment of the day and night, so out of necessity or exhaustion, we succumb. We accept that we will not make it home, that one day it will be us, and until then, we do our best. If you had a good leader, you were made to write a letter to be sent home if you die. Wonderful therapeutic process for warriors to go through, but those leaders who understood the deep part of being a warrior are rare. And because of this, many warriors believe that they are alone in their internal conflict as their relationship with death changes. Surviving war is like being stood up by a date. As the war is down to weeks left, you start wondering if she's ever going to show up at all. But you keep her cool and trust that she will be there. She's just running late, you tell yourself. But as time ticks by and left seat, right seat takes place with the new unit replacing you, a realization starts to settle in. She's not going to show up at all. That fantasy of eternal legacy through a blaze of glory fades away like a cloud on a hot day. It breaks our heart. We have a tendency to handle it horribly. After a unit returns from war, there is a severe increase in reckless deaths for 3 months. Is this jealousy? An undertone of envy for our fallen brothers and sisters that comes out in our subconscious actions? Veterans in civilian sector are disconnected from being part of something bigger than themselves. Their mission is gone. They have to create a new one or join in a cause. Their community is gone. Vets are not assigned a squad to become life mates like the military provides them with. They have to create a squad from scratch with, the random isolated veterans they've never met in their own community? Yeah. After a lifetime of avoiding medical treatment, you're consistently told by everybody to go to the VA. It's really important. File for disability. Yet another overwhelmingly frustrating bureaucratic process that will sap the life essence out of you. You start chopping through the red tape of all the VA till you finally see a provider. And what's the first question they asked you? Are you having thoughts of killing yourself? It's almost like that was the goal all along. And you're only asking that to determine the measure of your success in the systematic murder of veterans. But saying that would make me a conspiracy theorist. So let's end this rant there. Cleansing. A warrior's honor is based upon how they die. A veteran's honor is based upon how they live. Usually I describe the shadow belief structure that you need to let go of and leave it up to you to determine the belief that you want to instill in your own life. But this one I'm giving you because it's such a core aspect of self. Honor, intent, passion, virtue, and moral attitude are, from my perspective, the core of who you frickin' are. They are the hub of the wheel, and every belief structure you adopt as a spoke that branches out from those core aspects of you. Cleansing your relationship with death is about reorienting your perspective of honor 180 degrees. A warrior's honor is based upon how they die. A veteran's honor is based upon how they live. Stick to your path. This is Stick Vet, signing off.